Hello, I'm Aiza Jovinal, one of the reporter in Edu 37 under the advisory of Dr. Inji Duhilag. My topic to discuss is the teaching morals and values in education. So education on moral values a must for school children. So what is moral? Moral concerned with the principles of right and wrong behavior and the goodness or badness of human character. And what is values? A person's values of persons, principles or standards of behavior. One judgment of what is important in life. According to Swami Vivekananda, education is the manifestation of perfection already in man. To become divine or great, man must give up suspicion, jealousy, conceit, and learn to work unitedly for common good. Courage, faith in oneself and in God. Patience and steady work, according to Swami Vivekananda, are the way to success. He said that purity, patience, and perseverance overcome all obstacles. Having moral values and learning is just having a strong root for the body. Having a healthy root will help in having healthy leaves and branches. So a famous quote says, if wealth is lost, nothing is lost. If health is lost, something is lost. When character is lost, all is lost. This is the reason schools have introduced a subject called moral science so that moral teachings can be disseminated among today's modern children. Inculcating a sound moral base is becoming a tougher challenge day by day. Students today are so much into studies and games, but somewhere moral teachings becomes compulsory as it gives them a proper shape and direction as how to act or react during various situations. Moral values needs to inculcated in all age groups, especially in young children. As it said, young minds are empty, just as plain white sheet. So whatever mark will leave, the impression remains for years. When it comes for a teacher to inculcate a moral base in their students, it takes a lot more, as teachers are the ones who shape our thoughts and mind to a large extent. So moral education means ethical education that helps choose the right path in life. It comprises some basic principles such as truthfulness, honesty, charity, hospitality, tolerance, love, kindness, and sympathy. Moral education makes one perfect. Education is not aimed at obtaining only a degree. It includes necessary value-based teaching which result in character building and social improvement too. It is need of the hour that schools today should include the concept of hidden curriculum, which refers to the transmission of norms, values, and benefits conveyed in the classroom and the social environment. It helps to reinforce the lessons of the formal curriculum, but many schools neglect it. They focus more on language, subjects, and marks. For example, on the hand On one hand, a school may publicly claim and ensure that its education policy and practices are formed in such a way that all students succeed academically. At the same time, it can be observed that the students of the particular school are contributing to undesirable behaviors, which is bullying or cheating on exams. This type of education will barely help a child to face life situations like opinion making, decision making, and right course of action. To curb this problem, schools should adopt and offer special classes, seminars, and workshops with an expert counselor under the guidance of educators who can help in incorporating values lessons into the curriculum in order to foster well-rounded personality developed in children. Our society today is much advanced, much better than it used to be, but what if the people of society are not well-mannered? With rapid urbanization and modernization, the moral values of people are degrading day by day. An individual is unable to trust anyone, be it in their relatives or friends. Trust, integrity, love, and brotherhood, all their feelings are fading away with time. It is the moral values that teach us to share and make new friends at school, but today children are taught not to trust anyone and make less of friends. There is a cutthroat competition everywhere, be it schools, colleges, offices, or any talent competition. In today's materialistic world, people are jealous of each other's progress, rather than being suspicious and envious, one must support the cooperate and work unitedly for the common welfare. In this industrialized era, most of the parents are working because of they spend less time with their children due to which they lack moral values and are not able to differentiate between what is wrong and right. So the present scenario needs to undergo a radical change as the country's future depends on its children. So why moral values should taught be in school? Embodying moral values, or to receive the mind and retain moral values in child, will have the following positive effect. Help build a positive character with traits as compassion, respect, kindness, and humility. Makes the child distinguish between right and wrong, or good and bad. It can eventually promote a rational thinking and unbiased judgment, and works as a moral compass that helps them stay off the negative influence of peers, social media, or society in general as they grow into teens or adults. Aids of setting high standards of social living that helps develop society at large. From early childhood to adulthood, moral development undergoes continuous evolution through the family support and guidance. So, there are ways to inculcate moral values in children. Instilling moral values in your child, it's all about developing positive character traits. So here is how you can help or we can help to support them. So first is be their role model. So preaching a child is preaching a child is of no use unless you practice what you preach. Children learn better by observing their environment, set good examples by following virtues such as honesty, humility, responsibility, and compassion. Next is share moral experiences like moral bedtime stories on topics such as honesty, justice, being helpful, etc. are good, but sharing positive real life experiences is even better. Share such incidents from your life experiences to acquaint your child with those morals. Next is bedtime stories. Bedtime stories are one of the oldest and most beneficial habits you can inculcate with your child. So, not only do bedtime stories ensure better language, reading comprehension, and overall literacy for your little ones, but also they can go on to create an abode in your abode in your little ones. So, heads at a time, when they find the most peace after their frivolous daytime antics. Hence, shared reading of short moral values tales at bedtime is a great way to impact ethics of your young ones' rapidly developing brain. Then help them practice their learning. So let children put these values into practical use. For example, show them ways to be humble by talking politely to others, helping someone needy, avoiding bragging about their good deeds, and etc. So, next is acknowledge good behavior. Reward good behavior appropriately. This positive reinforcement need to necessarily be a gift. You can discuss your child's positive behavior with your family, share what your child did and its impact. When a family praises a child, it boosts their confidence and self-esteem. So next is communicate clearly and effectively. Communicate moral values in a manner that it is easy for a children to interpret, simplify it into a language that a child can easily understand. You can use examples from the child's life and teach them the moral values behind it and their positive impact. So next is intelligent use of media. Media and its impact on children and teens can be positive or negative. Navigating your child's exposure to the media could help them or could help the child derive useful for learnings. For example, you can watch a movie with your child or read an article on the internet that helps or that reflects high moral standards and positive effects. And you can also try this with other children. So those the example. So here is the list of moral values that parents should try to instill in their children. So the 8 moral values children must learn. The first is gratitude. So gratitude is the readiness to show appreciation and thankfulness for what you have. It begins with contentment. Cultivate contentment and gratitude in your child by teaching them to be thankful for what they have in life. So teach them to never take one or anything for granted. So number 2 is honesty. Children read in books that honesty is the best policy, but to learn its true meaning, they need to practice it continuously. A child can nurture honestly by being truthful toward their parents, teachers, and others around them. Acquaint the child to the fact that it is always best to accept a mistake with honesty instead of lying to cover it up. Show them how they can begin with small steps, such as being honest with their teacher and classmates. So number 3 is sharing. Sharing is caring. Thus, a child must know the importance of sharing with those in need of them. Sharing is an act that should bud out of selflessness. You can teach your child to share their belongingness, resources with others who might need those things desperately. Encourage the child to share their toys with their siblings or cousins, or donate some books, foods, and other clothes to the less privileged children. So number 4 is empathy. Empathy is considered as capacity to which an individual can understand another person's problems, issues, and concerns. It is like putting yourself into someone else's shoes. To raise an empathetic child, you need to be empathetic to them first. Listen to their concerns, issues, and problems, and try to help them come up with mutually agreed solution. So number 5 is compassion. Compassion is the feeling of love and care that you feel towards others. It is a step ahead of empathy, since you not only feel the other person's feelings but also strive to help them with their problems. The development of this positive emotion will help your child develop positive relationships with others. Number 6 is cooperation. Cooperation is an act of extending help to others to attain a goal that is often mutual. Collaboration at home is the first step toward developing a sense of cooperation. Doing household chores together and listening to each other's problems are some acts of cooperation that a family should follow, such as actions help a growing child thinks as we rather than me. So number 7 is respect. Young children should learn to respect every individual, irrespective of age, creed, religion, ethnicity, beliefs, and difference of perspective. It is a crucial step to develop healthy social and professional relations when a child grows up. Talking politely to the school bus driver or house help is an example that you can set for your child. Number 8 is equality. Equality is an integral part of several moral values such as justice. Treating all individuals equal in terms of rights, opportunities, and status is essential for eradicating thoughts of supremacy. You can set the right example by allowing your child to play with other children, irrespective of their social differences. So, in the end, you want your child to learn critical thinking skills, especially in the times we live currently. But in order to do critical thinking, one needs a good set of values and attitudes to use a starting point and reference. moral values are connected to the fundamental values, human emotion, and experiences that motivate and guide us all. So, thank you for listening. That's all my report about teaching morals and values in education. Thank you.